Good day and namaste to everyone who has joined us for the Sound and Rhythm for Peace webinar, a continuation of the series Prioritizing Peace of Mind, brought to you by the Arya Samaj Women's Forum. I am Varsha Bogle, Secretary of the Women's Forum. The Arya Samaj Women's Forum has dedicated these webinars to sharing ways in which we can improve our mental well-being. Our theme, Prioritizing Peace of Mind, constitutes a series of events that will share tools and strategies and facilitate dialogue on avenues to achieve focus, clarity, and calmness of being and thought. On this journey of life, we face challenges that we need to overcome. Let's watch a short video by Keshava Swami, who has the takeaway message. Not everything that happens has to be good, but good things can be learned from everything. Divya?
If your lifeline is like that, that's not good news, because that means you're finito. A lifeline means it's always like this. Life means ups and downs. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what you practice, life means ups and downs. So even monks have downs, even spiritual people have difficult times. Even those who embrace the divine path, difficult things happen to them. We're not going to turn around and say everything that happens is good. But what we are going to say is that it's not that everything that happens is good, but something good can come from everything that happens. And so in the downs, in the difficulties, in the pains and the problems of life, monks and spiritual people learn how to rise, how to learn, how to evolve, and how to grow from those situations. They learn the art of how to turn pain into progress, how to turn problems into purpose. And therefore, downs are also a great part of life. They're not an easy part of life, but no pain, no gain. But you have to learn the art. And do you learn that art in university? Do you learn the art of how to turn pain into purpose, problems into progress? Do you learn how to navigate the roller coaster journey of life? That you don't learn in an academic education. That you have to learn from the spiritual disruptors. Because they come and teach another way in which to react and respond to the roller coaster journey of life.
Thank you, Divya. What a profound video. On this journey, we look for calm, how to turn pain into progress, and to have peace of mind. Participants, today's webinar on sound and rhythm for peace will focus on how music can help people find peace of mind by reducing stress, promoting relaxation, and creating a sense of harmony. We are honored to have with us Iqbal Naroth, architect, musician, and advocate for the transformative power of sound. Born and raised in Durban in the 60s, Iqbal Naroth is a passionate architect, musician, and lateral thinker. With a lifelong love for music and a career spanning over 2 decades, Iqbal has harnessed the power of sound and beat to transcend adversity and inspire others. A tragic racing accident 20 years ago left Iqbal with a spinal cord injury, but he refused to let it define him. Instead, he channeled his energy into music, using it as a tool for physical and mental healing. Today, Iqbal shares his incredible story and the therapeutic benefits of music, highlighting its potential to transform lives and promote well-being. On behalf of the Arya Samaj Women's Forum and our chairperson, Dr. Cyrilla Ramklas, I extend a warm welcome to Iqbal, who will present a series of videos, and at the end, we will open for a discussion with the audience. As we move through each video today, I ask that you please type your questions and comments in the chat box. Let's join Iqbal on a journey that will move, inspire, and energize us as it demonstrates the incredible impact of sound and beat on our minds, bodies, and spirits. Iqbal, a very warm welcome to you.
Unmute video. Hi. Good afternoon. Thank you
Yes,
for
Iqbal, go ahead.
that introduction. Thank you for that introduction. I hope you guys enjoy this thing. Whatever you're saying is just my personal journey. I'm not a doctor and I can't scientifically prove anything. So, I mean, this, whatever I'm showing you, has not helped me cope, but I just enjoy it and I'm with it. So, listen to it, and I hope this inspires you, kind of just lifts you. So there's a series of videos, which is a range of stuff, which might kind of get you excited and go back and listen to these things later, or similar things. So enjoy.
Thank you, Iqbal. Just to give you a bit of background on Iqbal, he had a life-altering motorcycle accident 20 years ago that left him paralyzed from the neck down, and he's learned to adapt and thrive. As an architect, he specialized in universal design, creating spaces that promote inclusivity and accessibility. But his true therapy is music. It has been his constant companion, his motivator, as well as his healer. As we join Iqbal on his personal journey, we will explore the transformative power of music. And regardless of age, background, or physical, mental abilities, he hopes to inspire you to tap into the therapeutic potential of music. Iqbal often says that music is his doctor, and he is very excited to share his prescription with you. We will now watch a short video of Iqbal playing Raga Kirwani, and this is something that he does daily. Divya, please will you play video 1? Thank you. Iqbal, if you could please switch your video on. And can you please explain to us why you would play this daily and how this type of music impacts on your mood as well as the rest of your day?
Well, I start the morning before sunrise with my surod, and before I talk or listen to pick up the cell phone or anything, I'll play this rag. It's a rag which I've been playing for like over from 1983. It's the first rag my teacher taught me, and you get absorbed in it and you think of nothing, and just the notes are so inspiring that you can't but start the day off without being uninspired. It just calms you down and you're not thinking of anything. You're just concentrating on these notes, and that's it. There's nothing else. It's just that, and it just starts the day off amazing. So yeah, that's the power of music, and it's not only the rag. I mean, talking about you can actually start the day off with any sound which kind of inspires you. Instead of starting the day off looking at your cell phone or looking at the newspaper or something like that, start the day off in a positive way with sound. And uh, it really, really, really works. There you go. Pasha.
Okay, so thanks for that, Iqbal. I think Varsha's just reconnecting, perhaps. I think she is, yeah. So thank you very much for that. I think that's priceless information. Shall we go on to the next video and we'll continue the conversation, Varsha?
Yes, sure. The next video is the Sufi rendition of Man Kuntu, which is rich and uplifting.
Said everything that is made beautiful and fair and lovely is made for the eye of the one who sees it. It is made more beautiful by the one who hears and feels it. A great example of this is Abi Sampa's rendition of Ham Kuntu. The combination of Abi Sampa's performance of his 700-year-old sacred Qawwali song with Spanish and Indian musicians blends flamenco passion with Indian beats, together with his Sufi dancers' performance in a cathedral, is a multi-sensory experience that combines the sight, the architecture, the sound and culture. It captivates and provokes thoughts of memories and feelings, all weaved into the present experience. Music has a way of breaking down barriers of age, color, country, and gender. That is part of its beauty. It is a testament to the power of art and culture that has the ability to unite us all. Music touches our souls. It lifts our spirits and it heals. Music is actually medicine. It helps people heal physically by providing transformative relaxation. Stress levels are reduced and cognitive functioning is improved. It is the balm that allows for emotional healing. We are better able to express feelings of fear, grief, and sadness. Music is light that lifts us out of depression. It is a remedy and a therapy.
Thank you. Iqbal, can you please give us a background to this video? What does music do to induce a peaceful state, reduce stress levels, and allow for emotional healing?
Uh, this video captures all the senses, and I'm sure all the listeners who listen to this, their heartbeat definitely went up by 3 beats or 4 beats, because it just inspires you. Leave the music, even if you don't understand what they're saying, which is not important. But but the melody and the visual and the people dancing and the togetherness of it, it's it's very, very inspiring and uplifting. So and the reason I chose this piece and not a classical piece or something, because this piece is a contemporary piece of music which uh, transcends classicism. It transcends religion. It transcends gender. It transcends space. I mean, here, the amazing thing, you got a Sufi song played in the church. I mean, that's unbelievable. So, uh, of all music I listened, this was most inspiring. And the lady that, or the young lady that spoke over, she's Nadia Bayat, who a neurophysicist or a neurotherapist. And I caught her about 4 years ago, and I didn't tell her what my story was. And I said, listen to this music and tell me what it does. And I didn't actually ask her to rehearse the thing, but I just recorded it as she was going along. And whatever you heard in the background was the original recording of what she said. So, and that's from a neurotherapist, and I've been working with her now for 4 or 5 years, and she's just a breath of fresh air. She doesn't play any instrument, and she's just passionate about life. So that was I hope she's logged in today. So that's a story of Mankunto.
Thank you so much.
Pasha? Oh.
Yes, thank you. That was very interesting. Cyrilla, did you have something to say?
Yeah, so Iqbal, I tell you, I think that that particular selection, the selection of this composition in particular, already has a sort of induced the mood that we would have liked to convey in this particular webinar. It's meditative, it's uplifting. I just wondered if when people are selecting music, so for instance, what you talked about how this particular piece has the effect of upliftment, right? But suppose you're feeling down, okay? You're feeling down, or let's move away from down. Suppose you're feeling overwhelmed by by this, go onto YouTube to select, so that you can actually induce a peaceful state. Is it, are there any genres of music that you would suggest that we could use, or we could prescribe for the audience to identify?
You, I've got a bias which isn't fair, because my bias is totally classically Indian. So I'm sure if you listen to Kwaito or Kwela or rock or something, I mean, if you listen to Santana, Santana is an amazing kind of musician. You listen to a piece called Samba Party, I mean, that can inspire you. There's amazing Western kind of musicians who also inspire you or inspire me. There's our local musicians who play Kwaito and Kwela. Okay, doesn't do anything for me because I can't take the boom, boom, boom. I'm saying to each his own. What I'm going to do is, after this thing, I'm going to put like a song list down of a music selection song list which appeals to me, and press the button and listen to it. But
Well,
the trick with music is that it's when you listen to the song, it's not a pop song. It's a song where you want to listen to it 7,000 times. That's what it's like a bhajan. A bhajan you don't listen to once. You can listen to the same bhajan over and over and over again, and it sounds different each time. So
That's right.
that's how I choose my music.
Yeah. No, I think that
Yeah.
song list would be great. A prescription of song to achieve a particular effect. I think that would really be
Yes.
valuable for our audience. At this point, Rasha, if you just allow me, I just want to, I see that Ms. Nadia Bayat is in the audience. So welcome, Nadia, and thank you so much for that beautiful narration over Hum Kuntu. So thank you for that. These two questions in the chat. Would you like to take them now?
Yes,
Iki,
sure.
would you like to now?
Yeah. Give me the
Okay.
questions.
So so there's one from Julo Center. There's sound and music have a profound impact on healing the brain, fostering positive thoughts, and serving as a form of meditation.
Yeah, that's
Your
he stated a fact.
present there, but it's about how do you.
How do you?
Okay,
So I'll come in
Iqbal,
because
can you respond to that?
Cyrilla, sorry, your
I
connection's a bit weak. So
Okay,
if I
so the
may read it.
question is, yeah, the question was, how has music influenced your ability to maintain positivity, stay present, and cultivate gratitude?
Okay, look, I really don't want to dwell and sound pathetic because, and I don't
Do you see
want to
it?
give you a soppy story. I don't want to give you a soppy story. So I'm kind of trying
All
to.
right, I'm just wondering if
Yeah, I
you have
have
a
a response,
response.
but it's a soppy story about like being on a wheelchair, and if you want to connect up again in society. Like I've been in a wheelchair for 25 years, and at like nearing 70, all my buddies are dying, and I had a chance to kind of relive. And there's, music transcends everything. It's right on the doorstep of God. It's even kind of better than family because you just get so absorbed in it, really. But that's my personal thing about music.
Can I
It's a part of.
interrupt you, Iki, and bring in the science to it, if I may? Iki, are you okay with that?
Yeah. You're looking
So
pretty.
if we look at it from a healing perspective, think about it. When you're still in the womb, right? Your only sort of interaction with the outside world is through sound. We know that, while you're still in the womb, you hear. You connect with your mother's voice, you connect with the people who are around you. And what is your constant companion is that heartbeat, that rhythm you hear. So when we think about music and we think of those healing properties of music, we have to understand that everything we do in life has a rhythm and a pace. So when something happens to us and we have a little setback, and like Iqbal was saying, he had a spinal cord injury. Iqbal and I talk about this all the time. He says we are less than 5 minutes away from experiencing a disability, because you could break your leg at any point, and then how do you climb the stairs to your bedroom? So these are the things that we have to think about: is how do we pivot in our lives? How do we it's almost like when something sets you back, how do you then find a way forward? How do you to sort of not completely reinvent, but literally what you're doing is you gathering this inner strength, this inner ability to move forward. And that's connection to sound does that for you. Iqbal, would you agree with that?
You're just a master with words. I can't say more. No,
Thank
well
you.
said. I couldn't put that. I really couldn't put that better.
Thank you for that, Nadia. We're very excited to have you on, and when we open up for discussion later, we'd value your input then as well. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next video. Since ancient times, music has been given a special place in Indian society. Indian classical music history is enriched with numerous musicians who were able to create different effects in seasons, daytimes, through melody. The next video demonstrates the power of sound related through the story of Rag Deepak and Rag Meng Malhar. If you have a video 4, please.
As a seasoned musician, Tansen joined the Mughal court of Emperor Akbar, renowned for his support of the arts. There he was named one of the Navratnas, 9 gems, a group of the court's most talented intellectuals and artists. His exceptional skills earned him the esteemed title of Mia, Master. Tansen's artistry was so profound that his rain ragas could summon the rains, and his fire ragas could ignite lamps without flames. His abilities was nothing short of magical. Tansen's guru Haridas was revered for producing many great musicians, yet Tansen alone achieved fame. Having made the choice to perform for the king, all of Haridas's other disciples, bound by their sacred devotion, refused to perform for anyone but the divine. Haridas, whose name means slave of the divine, taught music as an offering to the divine alone. Such music was never to be played for an audience, a king or a court. Thus, Tansen's fame arose from his compromise of this divine ethic, driven by survival instinct rather than pure devotion. When Akbar, moved by Tansen's music, wished to bestow upon him the title of the greatest musician in the world, Tansen humbly declined. "They are those greater than I," he said. Perplexed, Akbar demanded, "Who could surpass you? And why are they not here in my court?" Tansen spoke of 2 sisters whose skills transcended his own. Akbar insisted they be summoned. Invitations for the king were not mere requests, but commands carrying the weight of life or death. The sisters were approached with opulent gifts, but they responded with a peculiar claim. They could not travel due to their periods. The king's emissaries waited for days, during which the sisters performed their enigmatic music, audible only to those outside their dwelling. On the 3rd day, as they were meant to depart, they mysteriously perished. Some whispered, "Poison," but others believed they departed their bodies through the very power of their music thought. When Akbar learnt of their deaths, he was deeply disturbed. He could not fathom why they would forsake his court, where they would have been treated like queens and granted anything they desired. The music is a sacred offering to the divine, so sacred that their lives and worldly riches mean nothing. In their music, they sought a connection to the divine, revealing the profound depths one must explore to encounter the very source of creation.
Thank you. Iqbal, if you could please explain this selection and what message you have for the audience, in particular with this video.
Okay, this video is from 15th century, and basically there's 2 rags which we know that the right pitch can break glass, but the myth with these 2 rags is that one causes fire and the other one causes rain. So in the monsoon months in India, they play Megh Malhar, and Rag Deepak isn't played much because of fear. So so this is the apex of Indian classical music, and how it inspires you and invokes you. The Tansen story was more about not so much about the rag, but it was the devotion, and that you can't sell your soul to a king. Every time you're playing music, you're playing for God. So that's it. Now, this is quite a difficult situation for me because being Muslim, nobody listens to music. So I'm a bit in a quandary with my mom and everybody else. But like, look, it's my belief. So there you go.
Thank you. But just on the topic of listening to music, we have a question here that says, must it be, like Sibilla said earlier, a certain genre of music, but must you listen to it for a specific length of time to invoke that sense of peace and happiness?
Oh, 30 seconds is enough. I mean, when Mankuntu starts and the drum comes on, when the drummer starts, that 30 seconds just inspires you so much you can switch it off because that's going to take you through the day. So you don't have to listen to 1 hour of rag. I mean, anything, it's that one catchy line which you're going to sing the whole day. So there's no length of time. It's what catches you. And the thing with music, just sit back, relax, and don't think about it, and it'll take you away. But you got to kind of switch off and not try and be a musician. Just sit back and enjoy anything. So
And
there you go.
we've got a comment from Lama Kosi who says it's so very true about listening to music and it being healing, and that Lama Kosi is happy to be part of a community which celebrates the power of music to heal and transform.
Yeah, she's not my student, but I've been working with her, and she's just an inspiring girl who comes from a different genre of music. So you'll be listening to more of her soon.
Oh, that's very exciting.
There you
All
go.
right, so we have another video, and the next video is incredibly powerful as it demonstrates the healing power of chant and sound. It is a very popular video, but one with incredible meaning behind it. Divya? Right. So in this video, the prima ballerina listened to Swan Lake and memories of her old routine came back. Her mind essentially traveled to another moment in her life. Iqbal, can you please elaborate briefly on the healing power of music? And perhaps Nadia can come in here as well as part of the discussion.
The expert is Nadia because she knows this whole mental story. And she's been through this for the last 5 years. She's analyzed this thing properly. If she's around, please come in, Nadia, because you'll do a better job than me.
So when we look in the, as a therapist, you think, how do I almost ignite this journey to healing? And when we think, I mean, this is a ballerina who now has dementia. We think of her as being sort of, no longer able to connect with an outside world. But I mean, she was a passionate dancer, a prima ballerina. And just through listening to that music, she literally, goes from a state of not being present to alive. And you can see that so graphically. I mean, her hand movements, even though frail, are beautiful because she's almost dancing again. And you see that so beautifully demonstrated. So when we talk about this healing power of music, and I've worked with people across a professional journey that spans 3 continents. And this is what it happens. You connect them to the very source of who they are. And that literally, ignites that journey to recovery. So it is so important that we never give up. We never, society right now is very much of, it doesn't work, let's throw it away, let's buy a new one. But we need to start honoring people in our lives. If we look at older people in our families, they are the guardians of our history, our culture, our families. And you cannot, throw that away. So we should try and connect with the essence of who people are.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for that, Nadia. So Olamakosi again says music, singing, dancing, listening are the first mediums of prayer. And we've got a comment from Cyrilla that says the session outlines the strength of music for mood enhancement. And would dance then have the same effect?
Hold on. Can I answer that?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I answer that?
Yes.
Sweeping the floor has the same effect, and frying an egg has the same effect. If you've got your soul in sweeping the floor, or just washing your hands with passion, exactly the same effect. So you don't have to you don't have to be a dancer, you don't have to be a musician.
So Varsha, can you just repeat that question? So Iki, what I was saying was that
Okay, so really you're cutting out, but what you're asking, does dance have the same effect? Any art form has the same effect. And who defines what an art form is? Art form for me is sweeping the floor. It's the passion you do it with. Art form is frying an egg. It's art. So there you go. It doesn't have to be music or dance or anything like that. That's my take on it. It's the passion of what you do things with. There you go. Next one.
Okay, so I think for now we're going to get members from the forum to look at the comments and questions that we raised during the presentation, and we'll open that up for discussion.
Can I just come in there, because I think is all my videos finished? Pasha, are all my videos finished?
I think we've got just one more at the end, which
Because
is just the Rabab rendition of Peace and Love. Would you like us to go through that now?
no. I just want to talk. I think I missed a video out. There's a therapy which actually helps Alzheimer's and helps Parkinson, helps aging, and therapy is a sound of 40 megahertz. I've been kind of listening to 40 megahertz for the past like 15 years. I can't uh, clinically prove it or scientifically prove it, but if you listen to 40 megahertz, if you listen to 40 megahertz, and it penetrates from your head down to your toes, and it is just like so inspiring. So I'm going to kind of put out to your forum that the sound of 40 megahertz. I listen to it twice a day. When I get up in the morning, I listen to it, and before I sleep, I listen to it. It's very, very, very powerful sound wave. There you go.
Okay, so would you say, would that be available to us sort of on the internet? Will you be able to send us a link as
Don't
well
go
for
to
that?
don't go to the internet. They'll confuse the shit out of you.
Oh, don't.
I'll
Sorry about that, audience.
Yeah, say it again.
No, that's
Say it
okay.
again.
We'll go to the next. I just apologize to the audience who are with
Oh,
us.
Okay, no, that's fine. Sorry, I should have. Yeah, that's our
It's okay.
Iqbal, right? That's our Iqbal. Okay, so I just at this point, Varsha, if you don't mind, can I just please say a special welcome to the members of the executive of the Arya Smart South Africa who's actually joined us. So there's Prabodh Bhai, Vedalankar that's with us, as well as Prakash Bhai. So thank you very much for making the time to be with us, and Sabita Ben's here as well. So thank you so much, and also to the ladies from the Women's Forum. Just thank you for making the time to be inspired. How's that? And maybe at this point, Prabodh Bhai, do you have any comments or questions for Iqbal at this point?
Thank you, Sarila. So apologies initially for joining a bit late because we got a function coming up at the society on the 23rd of Feb. So we were just involved in some rehearsals. I caught this last part about the video about the dance. It's probably a short video, but it had a lot to say. I think a lot of messaging is coming through, which is really positive and inspiring. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Sabita Ben, I know that you yourself, you come from a family of music, so I'm sure that this must be so, this must resonate with you entirely. Am I right?
Yes, greetings to all. I just want to say I have thoroughly enjoyed such inspiration, and this is for the soul. And it really touches one when you listen to something like this. Iqbal Bhai, thank you very much for sharing this knowledge with us. Thank you.
Right. Iggy, are you there?
1 second. Yep, I'm
Where are
here.
you? Oh, there we are. Oh, sorry, we just lost you for a bit. Okay.
No, I switched off. I'm in somewhere in Tongaat.
Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. Well, nonetheless, Varsha, did you want to go on to the next video? Does anyone else have any comments? Deepika, I know there's some questions still in the chat, but Deepika, do you have any questions at this point?
Hi, yes, good afternoon. This is such an amazing session. It's so healing. I wanted to know, how do you know when the music is played at 14 megahertz? How do you determine that?
Okay, 40 megahertz in technical terms is called the lowest E, right? So the sound is like very, very low. And you'll feel this 40 megahertz just penetrating your body. So, but I'm going to put that out to you. I'll put it somewhere. But it's such a deep Om. It's like Om. Usually Om is at C, but it's Om 2 octaves down. Now I'm talking technical stuff here. I shouldn't be. But it's yeah. So 40 megahertz is amazing sound. But if you go to the internet, they confuse you because they put all these modern things in there of bells and chimes, and it's nothing to do with that. It's a straight Tanpura sound of 40 megahertz, old fashioned. So I will put that sound out. I will put a recording out to you guys, and then you can pick the recording up. I tell you what, you know what's really easy? If everybody got a pen, or Sarila can put it there. Just take my WhatsApp number, and I will personally send that to you. And if you have any other questions, it's easier. I'm really open to talking one-on-one. So go for it.
Okay, thank you for that, Iqbal. We will, if you send out a link, we will put it on our YouTube video as well.
No problem.
Perfect. Our next
So
video. Yes, go on.
I think the last video is a video showing, I think it's Dawood Bhai from Afghanistan. I hope it is that video. It is.
Yes.
All right. Now, can I just tell you a little bit about this chap? I met Dawood in 1980 in India. He came to learn from my teacher, Ustad Amjad Ali, and he is a world-renowned rabab player. World-renowned means nothing, but he's a soulful rabab player who plays all over the world, and he had to leave Afghanistan when they had the revolution, and he went to live in Germany. And this guy won the Aga Khan Award for music about 2 years ago. This for me is like, it is the termination of it. A normal person playing the song, and listen to what he says at the end. It is just like mind-blowing. There you go.
Okay, thank you. Divya, will you play the last video now with that introduction? Thank you.
خشکتار و خشکچوب و خشکپوست، از کجا می آید این آواز دوست؟ نیز تار و نیز چوب و نیز پوست، خود به خود می آید این آواز دوست. I think the society without culture is not working. I remember how I came to music and love music, because since child we hear it everywhere in Kabul, in other cities, in the restaurants, in the cars, in the trucks. They had always music. Through music and poetry, you present the love and the beauty of religion. Because religion is always beautiful, you know, the beauty of nature, to be in love. So I am thinking I am in love with this instrument. Take care, you know. Without love, it's not possible to reach something.
Thank you, Divya. Iqbal, did you want to say something relating to that video? Because
No, not really. I think if all the videos I played, nobody has to talk about it. Everybody will interpret it differently. I interpret it differently. So I'm saying take the thing, sit back, and just don't read too much into it. Don't Google the thing and AI the thing. Just feel the thing. The problem nowadays we're questioning too much. Just feel it, and that's what Dawood does. Dawood is just like passionate, passionate, passionate. So thank you so much. Thanks for this opportunity.
thank you, Iqbal. Thank you very much for your incredible talk, your insightful ways, and your invaluable advice. Now, during this webinar, we looked at the transformative power of music in mental well-being and how music can empower and inspire people to accomplish goals and achieve visions. And recently, there's been a global realization on the impact of music on mental health. And we would be remiss not to include, as part of this webinar, Chanakya, Sitar for Mental Health. Divya, will you please play the final video for today?
Everything's just easier when you're naked. See, when you're naked, you do insurance online, so you
Happy belated Mahashivratri to everyone. This one's for Shiva.
शिव कैलाशों के बसी धौलीदारों के राजा शंकर संकट हरणा शिव कैलाशों के बसी धौलीदारों के राजा शंकर संकट कैलाशों का अंत न पाया, तेरे कैलाशों का अंत न पाया, अंत बेअंत तेरी माया, ओ भोले बाबा अंत बेअंत तेरी माया।
And that piece was Shivi Kailash, and that was by Rishabh Rikiram Sharma. Currently, his music is taking the world by storm and is most definitely a melody for the mind. Before we go to the vote of thanks, just to read a few comments that have been written. So Nadia wrote that research has shown that music speaks to our soul. We are whole human beings and need to embrace a transdisciplinary approach to all that we do. And we've also got one more from Lamakosi, who said that I've had a lifelong love affair with music, but meeting Iqbal has been transformational and a profound expansion of my own music healing journey. So very grateful for his generous spirit and timeless wisdom, and I call him my music guru. And that now brings us to the end of this extremely powerful webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, during the vote of thanks, a poll will appear on your screen, and we ask that you please take a minute of your time to complete this, as your feedback is incredibly important to us. On behalf of the Arya Samaj Women's Forum, we'd like to express our sincere gratitude to our speaker, Mr. Iqbal Naroth, for accepting our invitation to present at this webinar. We are appreciative of your time and thank you for sharing your most inspirational journey with us. Thank you too to your team for putting together the most beautiful videos that were shared today. We extend our gratitude to the Arya Samaj administration and to all of you who have shared the invitation on social media platforms. I'd like to acknowledge the contribution of the ladies of the Arya Samaj Women's Forum, in particular, Dr. Ramklas, Jaishila Kuverji, Deepika DaCosta, and Shruti Daulad. In addition, I'd like to thank our tech assistant, Divya Ramklas, for putting together the amazing video at the introduction. The video highlighted some of the events and projects that the Arya Samaj Women's Forum have hosted. Thank you, Divya, as the video clearly communicated many of the events that the Arya Samaj Women's Forum have hosted and defined the purpose of the forum. Thank you, audience, for making time to be with us this Saturday afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you at our next webinar. Thank you for joining, everyone. Have a good weekend. Be safe and be protected always. Thank you and go well.
Okay, thanks, Vash. All right. Yeah, so thank you, Varsha. We will just to inform the audience that the link for this video, for the recording of this video of the session, will be on our Facebook page, the Arya Samaj Women's Forum Facebook page, as well as on the Arya Samaj South Africa website under Arya Samaj Women's Forum project. Okay, so please, if you want, I'm sure many of you would like to would want to listen to or watch the webinar again, and there is this opportunity that we make available for you. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Varsha, for hosting this event. And Iqbal has left us. And I wonder, is Nadia still here? Nadia, also, thank you very much for joining us. And to all of you, thanks for your time. And just to say that we had a resounding 100% response in terms of the poll, in terms of the benefit of the session and the need for us to host further similar sessions. So thank you, good afternoon, and have a great weekend.